My next stop in India in 1986 was the holy city of Varanasi. There can be no place on earth like Varanasi. Older than history, older than tradition, older even than legend. And it looks twice as old as all of them put together. It has many names, but the faithful call it Kashi, the city of light. If you want to see what religion still means in India today, it's here, everywhere around you, totally unself-conscious. They still come here in their thousands every day to worship, to bathe, to sightsee. People are cremated here. They even get married at the water's edge. At least once in a lifetime, every pious Hindu hopes to come here to wash away his sins in the waters of the Ganges. Many come permanently, renouncing material possessions to spend the end of their life, not in retirement, but in what we would consider poverty. This old man came here in the Second World War, giving up family life and a lawyer's practice in Calcutta. Every day for the past 45 years, whatever the weather, he has come down to this spot to bathe. Like many, he believes that Kashi is so holy that to die here is enough to gain salvation, and to make sure he's never even stepped out of the city in all that time. Where in India death is the opposite of birth. The cremations continue on the banks of the river all day and all night. The body is reduced to a handful of ash and the spirit is freed once more. For the crowds on the Benares waterfront, these scenes are everyday life, for they have come for darshan to see the sacred river itself and to be purified by its water. For water is India's life, and the Ganges is the water of India. It is all India's rivers. Around it are entwined her deepest memories, her hopes and fears, her joys and her sorrows, bathing, doing their pujas, their worship, or simply lost in thought. And as the day unfolds, the rhythm of life along the river continues. Boats drift slowly across the Ganges, their oars dipping quietly into the water, carrying pilgrims, visitors, and those who have come simply to watch. From the steps of the ghats, priests chant ancient mantras, their voices rising above the murmur of the crowd. Offerings of flowers and small lamps are set afloat on the river, tiny flames flickering against the current, each one carrying a prayer. Here time does not seem to move forward, it circles. Morning becomes day, day becomes night, and the rituals continue without interruption. At sunrise the river glows with soft golden light, at dusk it transforms again. As darkness falls, the ghats come alive with ceremony. The evening Ganga Arti begins. Priests dressed in saffron robes move in perfect unison, lifting great lamps of fire toward the sky, offering light back to the river that sustains life itself. The flames dance in the night air, reflected in the water below. Bells ring, incense rises, and the crowd watches in silence, drawn into something both ancient and immediate. For those who live here, this is not spectacle, it is daily life. Faith is not separate from existence. It is woven into every action, every gesture, every breath. Children play along the steps, women wash clothes in the river, men sit quietly, watching the flow of the water, and always the Ganges moves on, carrying with it the ashes of the dead, the prayers of the living, and the weight of centuries of belief. In Varanasi, life and death are not opposites. They are part of the same continuum. To be here is to witness that truth, not as an idea, but as a living reality. And as I stand on the banks of the river watching the flames, the water, and the endless movement of people, I begin to understand something. This is not just a place, it is an experience, a reflection of how a civilization sees the world and its place within it.